Hi guys, coming back to you after battling the flu 2 times in a row, back to back. I am feeling well enough to bring you a hamburger that is just off the charts. Now, this particular burger has some components that come from a cheese tray. Don't ask me how that crossed my mind, it just did. Okay, so a cheese tray has components like soft cheeses, it'll have some hard cheeses, some fruit, and you drink wine with it normally. What I did was took some of those components and incorporated them right into the burger. So I reduced some red wine and I incorporated that into the burger itself. I'll get back to that in a minute. It has some caramelized onions, some peppered bacon, and some Brie cheese. Now for those of you who don't drink or cook with wine, don't judge me. Just go ahead and look below, click those video responses and those links, and it'll take you to other hamburgers and sandwiches that are great for grilling and Father's Day. No worries, don't worry about that. But this particular burger does include red wine. I think it's a great idea. It tastes really good, and red wine with beef, they just kind of go great together. And I hope you like this one. Watch how I do it.
This recipe begins with all the components that go pretty much on top of the burger or in the burger. So first we're going to take our fresh cracked black pepper and sprinkle it right over our bacon. You can also use an applewood smoked bacon. That will be totally up to you. Do both sides. I have already done the first side. Next, we're going to get slicing on our Spanish onions. I'm using about 3 medium-sized onions. I'm just giving them a slice. We're going to caramelize them until they're nice and candied. I know it may look like a lot of onions now, but trust me, they're going to cook way down. Now I'm going to grab my Pinot Noir. That's the particular wine I'm using for this recipe. I'm going to pour it in a small pot over about medium heat, and I'm just going to let that reduce. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil, maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons in a hot skillet, and I'm going to go down with the onions. Once our onions are in, we're going to toss them just till they're coated. There are 2 keys to really caramelize onions. 1, let them have as much contact with the surface of the pan, and 2, do not salt them. I'm just going to go ahead and slide my bacon in, and then I'm going to check back on my onions. It's been now, at this point, it's about 5 to 7 minutes into the process. So we are well on our way. We got our bacon down, our onions are caramelizing, and our wine is reducing. Here's what the caramelized onions look like after about 15 to 18 minutes. Our bacon is done, so we're just going to put that off to the side until we're ready for it. And then our wine is done. It's reduced by half. Be sure and let that cool completely. Now that the caramelized onions are done, you can then go ahead and give them just a small pinch of salt and a final stir. Time to season up our beef. Of course, I'm going to be using Grand Diamond all-purpose seasoning, which can be found at gdseasoning.com along with this recipe. Now I'm just going to add the fresh chopped garlic and the reduced wine. Reducing wine helps intensify the flavors of the wine itself, and it also adds a great layer of flavor and savoriness to the burger. Now I'm just going to take the meat and form it into my patties. Each patty I'm going to take my thumb or my fingers and make a small well in the middle of the patties because that's going to help it keep its shape during the cooking process. And I'm forming my patties according to the size of the bun. It is important that you do not move these burgers once they are placed on your grill or in your pan. Let them cook for at least 2 to 3 minutes on each side. That way they will stay together during the cooking process. They won't break apart on you. As soon as you turn them over, go ahead and place your cheese. Now because I want my cheese to melt, I'm going to tint the burgers, and I turn them off because I don't want them to overcook. And then I'm just going to place it on my bun. Then I'm going to top it with my beautiful caramelized onions and my black pepper bacon. Be sure and tune in to the next video because I'm going to be showing you how to make those delicious oven roasted truffle, garlic, and Parmesan fries. For these recipes and a whole lot more, go to gdseasoning.com, and I'll see you guys next time.